That's not hookah. Definitely not hookah. To get the energy going. You know what I'm saying? We'll say let some more people come in, but I know we don't wait for no people to come in. Feel good to be back. I ain't gonna lie. Let's get it though. Yes. Yes, 2 times. I know the vibes. She like, ooh la la. They go, ooh la la. We're not keeping this on for the whole show either, I'm sorry. Ooh la la. On a Tuesday. Blessed day. Blessed day. Ooh la la.
Looking for M's like I lost a friend. Jump out.
Looking for M's like I lost a friend. Hop up out the bed like where's the bread? What it do, people? You're now tuned in. Popovich TV. We live, we rolling, we unscripted, we authentic. That feeling back up in here one more again. So if it's your first time, then the question is, where you been? Because over here on this side, we like to deal with sports, hip-hop, entertainment, interviews, when people don't be acting flaky, Popovisms 101, and of course, motivation. So before you jump off the page and diddy to the left, take that, I'm gonna need you to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, smash that notification bell, so when I upload the videos, you get alerted. You get alerted when I upload the videos, and if it's not your first time, and you've been rocking with the channel, you know how I do. You know how I plainly start the show. Was no other way. We ain't in the end game now. And we is in the end game, people. Is we live or what? And we is in the end game, people. And we in the end game because it's Tuesday. Best day, blessed day. Transformation Tuesday. That means what you working on, how you working it, and is it working for you? Us in the real life, we want to know. Apologies, running a little late. I know I said 8 o'clock, but I was in the hospital. Had to take my meds. That's number one. Number two, we had some internet router problems. So while I was in the hospital, Kiss went and changed the router. So I'm trying to set up, wondering why it's not connecting, Then the light bulb went off. I'm like, oh shit, we don't even got the same, line no more. We gotta switch it up. Had me get on the phone, call Spectrum. And I guess that's like one of the definitions of true professionalism. Like when some shit go on, you gotta put that to the side. You still gotta come on and perform, challenge, put your best foot forward. But just 5 minutes ago, before I pressed live, I was mad as a motherfucker, and that's why we started on YouTube first, and on Instagram we started a little late. That's why you see me ain't take the neck brace off, you see me took the back brake off, the back brace off, etc. But let's get right to it, people. Let's talk about what the fuck happened. Let's talk about how I ended up in the hospital, right? And then we'll just branch out from there. But before I do that, first let me say shout outs to everybody that reached out to me, whether on the phone, via text, via phone call, whether a third party, because you didn't have my number, whether on Instagram or what have you. You know what I'm saying? And you just was checking on me, you sent me a text, you came to the hospital to see me. Appreciate everybody that sent me prayers, kept me in their prayers, etc. Definitely appreciate that. It means the world to me. You know what I'm saying? When you laid up and you're in the hospital, when you bent up, and you're not knowing how things going to turn out, you need all that positive energy. You need all those positive prayers and people to be in your corner. All right, let me plug this up. We live, we rolling, we unscripted, we authentic, that feeling. Let me go just grab these scissors real quick. Like I said, I had to take my meds. Definitely still in a lot of pain. But shout outs to everybody that, hit me up and send me the well wishes. So that's number one. Number two, last what was it, 30th? Really was the 29th, Friday, last Friday. Not this Friday that just passed, but last Friday. We went out, celebrate my aunt's birthday, heavenly birthday. Y'all know she passed in May for those that watch the channel, etc. And although I really didn't want to go out, that inner self was like, just do your Friday show, stay in, relax, you know what I mean? You could hang out another time. This is the second time that I can remember, especially on the channel, where, let me send a link. Let me send a link real quick. Hold on. Because they're going to be mad. Why you ain't share the link with me? Copy the link. Let me send this to my cuz. She fresh out. She like, send me the link. Yeah, kid. Send her the link real quick. And it's like staying. You get that voice in your head. Don't go out. Stop. Think about it. Don't do it, etc. Still went out anyway, and still end up in the ER. Still end up in the hospital. I don't really remember much from the night, except when I woke up, my family was around. I had this neck brace on, and I'm definitely still in play. I know I had that stuff on the back brace and all that, being funny with the roll. I brought that shit home so I could remember. But I woke up with this joint on, hot, couldn't move. They had the leg compressions on my calves for circulation. I didn't really know what happened. Allegedly, maybe kind of sort of hit and run or whatever, right? And I had 9 fractured ribs on this side, 1 on this side, so I'm in a lot of pain. Fractured neck, they say, in the lower librium, right? Lower back. And stay in the hospital 9 days. But even if it's a family event, even if it's something you want to go to and do real bad, it's not just women's intuition, people. It's not. When you get that little voice in the back of your head, etc., telling you, stop, wait, think about it, don't do it, just chill home. When you lay here, Tupac, right? Or was it Tupac, or was it the person that was with Pac, right? And now he got killed. They was telling him to stay in instead of going out. You hear people in the stories after, the worst happens. And Tony, there was no other way, where you get your soul snatched, get your computer turned off or unplugged, TV, snapback rocks and all that. That's the worst case. And after those scenarios play out, you hear a family member or a close friend or what have you be like, yeah, I told him, to stay in, or I told her, let's just chill, let's just woo woo woo. We had a big argument, they went out anyway, started driving, or what happened, and then ultimately they ended up losing their life. That wasn't the case for me. The Most High had other plans, and I'm definitely all the way grateful, you know what I mean? Because we talk about on this channel a lot, do you ever think about when you out of here? Your record deal, video, out of here. Your Mercedes Benz and your Range Rover and all that shit out of here. Your days as a teacher, construction foreman, no matter what it is. Your Uber Eats pickup ass nigga, right? or you Uber Eats driving people from the airport, whatever you do, your livelihood, it could be taken away in an instant. And it could be all good just a week ago. And for me, we talk about it on the channel because I know, one, that my life, is in God's hands just like yours. I never wake up, or I never anticipate doing a thing without first having a conscious mind. And nigga, you may not come back home. You may go to work, go to school, go wherever, drop your kids off, and you might not make it back. And for me, I'm thinking I'm going out to celebrate a heavenly birthday. You know what I'm saying? Person wasn't even there in the physical. You know what I mean? Like the scenario, 6 in spiritual form, and 6 in physical form, and 1 which is in spiritual essence, and he goes by the name of Hood. Kicked on, like, if you from that era, they wasn't even here to see us celebrating them, right? I know some people might be, they're looking down from heaven, woo, they in a better place. I don't believe in all that. I believe once you go, it's judgment day, and you ain't in either place. You in limbo till it's time for all of us to get judged. But that's just my belief. I'm not going to push that on you. But they wasn't even here. And I'm gearing up, getting ready, you know what I mean? Just got off work Friday night. Just got paid, even though I don't get paid on Friday. Came back from work late, shower up, get ready, go out. And here's the funny thing. Here's another sign, right? I won't spend too much long on my running with death, if you will. Couple of quick more things. But just like the last time that this shit happened, or something close like this happened, and you get the signs, and it's not just women's intuition. So on my way home and shit, after I came home, I had to do something and then come back home to change and get ready. I'm in the Dykeman area, coming back down to Harlem. So I'm going the right way on my bike. And y'all know, if you've seen any videos, if you rock with Popovich TV, y'all know I'll be playing, but I don't be. I'm like Dark Knight. I'm on the bike. I be doing videos on my bike and shit, Meek Mills, right? Even though I'm not that type of bike life rider. Just a regular pedal bike, even though it go a little fast. So I'm going the right way, but some Spanish kid is going the wrong way. And he on a scooter. And we almost crashed, but them hydraulics I got on my bike, they work real immaculate. So although I stopped the impact, we didn't hit each other because he swerved and I hit the brake so fast that the back hit the front brake. So the back wheel still wheels up. I had to jump out the way, and then the bike falls, etc. Wheels are spinning, the back wheel. Cursed the nigga out, you know what I mean? As he kept it going, a couple of onlookers, bystanders, like, hey, papa, woo, I look Spanish anyway, you know what I'm saying? They're like, yo, papi, woo, ah, you all right? I'm like, yeah, I'm all right, just fucking mad. That was the sign. That was one of the signs. And I get into a bike accident, car almost, hit me, kept going, whatever. But that was the sign. The other sign was like, yo, I really didn't want to go. Wanted to just do my Friday night show, chill. I was tired, and I still went. Ended up in the ER, ended up in ICU. Like I said, 9 fractured ribs on one side, 1 fractured neck, so they say, and lower back, even though I don't really feel it in that. Last thing before we get off that, right? For people that work in the hospital, if you've never been in the hospital for a major surgery, a major, procedure, this is my second one, even though no procedures, right? Even though I'm about to tell you about the shit they stuck in my back to go through the muscle, to get to, the chest, to drain the fluid. If you've seen the video on Instagram or on YouTube, that shit was painful as a motherfucker, boy. When I tell you, even them Oxycontins, that shit wasn't hitting at all. And they like, it's just a light little procedure. But the other time is when my appendix almost burst, and I stayed in the hospital for 10 days. This time I stayed in the hospital for 9 days. All of the nurses was nice. Not all of them, maybe like 1 or 2 of them was fake little mean. But shout outs to all the nurses. I won't say no names, put them on blast. They treated me well. They, nursed me back to health, at least to get me discharged. All nice, all professional. For those in the nursing field, you hear Kevin saying, you say what he say about them, or people that work like in the military or female police, how they be a little masculine. I don't really want to use that word, but stern and, kind of like, you know what I mean? Lesser on the softer side. It takes a certain type of temperament to work in that field, because you're working with people that have been through traumatic events, traumatizing body trauma. They may be on their worst days. One of my roommates had the room for like 2 days for dolo. And somebody came and stayed for like 2 days. Then the last person I was with, again, no names, no faces, etc. He was on the construction site, fell through the floor, some shit, somebody ain't do something right, ended up breaking his back. He was in mad pain. Every time he was like, oh God, I was saying that shit too. Even right now, my chest is tight, shit hurt, you know what I mean? I'm kind of type strong, you know what I'm saying? People be in pain. So they may not be at their best days. They may not be at their most pleasant. But it's for you, as the nurse, as the nurse assistant, etc. You the vital, taker. You come in to take the vitals. You come bring the lunch, you know what I mean, or the breakfast. Like one of the the lady, she was Spanish, and that's only my observation as far as them bringing the lunches and shit like that, is because that's just what it is. Like when I was able to get up and start walking around, they're, oh, Mr. Rolak, you walking around, you doing good, etc. I started noticing the people that was doing the cleaning, taking out the garbage and all that, giving the food, giving out the lunch, breakfast, and dinner, on the Spanish side, on the Latino side. Most of the doctors and the higher ups, people with authority on what's going to be done to you, what's not going to be done to you. On the other ethnicity, a little Indian, a little Asian, a little, like the other, wasn't too many, oh, but you're black, right? And I'm not trying to say that there ain't no black doctors, no black physicians and shot callers and ballers, right? Male or female, because it is a lot of black folks that's in that field. But it's not a lot. It's definitely not a lot. I've been to the hospital a few times. This is my second major stay. But in and out, just like y'all. You gotta go through the ER. So you just gotta have a certain temperament to work that, work that field. Because even though you may be good with drawing blood, diagnosing, giving diagnostics on, what need to be done, what don't need to be done. For instance, I got there Saturday morning, Friday night, but morning. They wanted to release me on Thursday because I got up on Tuesday. And real quick, so I know I said real quick, but we ain't in a rush, not really. For those that's like, yo, you ain't tell me, you ain't hit me up on the bat line. The first couple days, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, late Tuesday, I was a lot heavy on meds. I didn't have my phone with me. And I was just trying to get healthy and get through it. When I did get my phone, I wasn't really like trying to send out a group text to everybody that I know, everybody that care about me, everybody that's concerned. Like, yo, I've been in an accident, got hit by a car or what have you. I had a bad bike accident. I ain't send those texts out. Not because it's not inappropriate, but just wasn't really rushing to do that. So that's that. For those that was a little salty, like, yo, I'm your boy, yo. I knew you for 20 years and woo, and it worked out the way it's supposed to work out. You found out when you found out. Even if it was on Sunday that just passed when I put the video up. But anyway, I said that to say, so Thursday, after walking around for like a day and a half, Tuesday evening, Wednesday, now it's Thursday, they come to me in the afternoon like, yo, you feel good enough to go home? I'm like, hell yeah, even though I'm in pain, you know what I mean? Definitely want to get the hell up out of here and not make it a long stay. Then they come back that they didn't let me go. But Friday, they're like, yo, we seen some fluids in your chest. We seen it before, but we was going to let you go home with it because it wasn't really going to be detrimental. There was a lot of fluid in my chest area, my lung area, and that's when they end up, the higher ups or whoever makes these decisions was like, nah, we cannot send him home like that. We got to actually put a chest tube, that's what it's called, a chest tube, but they don't really put it in your chest because I had to wear that back brace, and I took it off right now. One, it's hot to wear it. I'm a little animated on the show, so I didn't really want to have the neck brace on and really be looking like, like that. Because like, well, if you like that, what the hell you doing the show for? But outside, you've seen me since I've been home. I got it on, I wear it. Not really trying to play about my health. But just sitting down right here, I don't think it's going to cause no harm, no damage for me to just talk a little bit of shit to those that's watching. I appreciate you. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, smash that notification bell. So when I upload the videos, you get alerted. They're like, yo, we can't send them home like that. And they end up putting the tube in my back. So in the muscle on my back going through to the chest on this side, where all the ribs is, is fractured. And even it's hard to breathe sometimes. They had me in there doing this shit. My first goal was to get to 2,500, which I did. Then after they stuck that tube in my back to get to the chest, my shit been at like 1,500, 2,000. We're gonna do one now right here while we on live. Almost got to 2,000. So it's still a little painful, but they made a decision. Those are the people who I'm talking about. I wasn't really, they don't be, but you're black. You know what I'm saying? But let's talk about this Transformation Tuesday. What you working on, how you working it, and is it working for you? Because people in the real life, we want to know. Not really, but we want to know. So, what is it? Hocus Focus 4 or 5, right? I think he did some collaborations with I'm not Myson, with Hassan Campbell. That's what I meant to say, not Myson. Hassan Campbell. Then I think they fallen out or whatever, what have you. They stopped fucking around and shit. And anyway, I think he played his music or whatever. He broke off, got his own following and what have you. Anyway, allegedly, maybe kind of, sort of, maybe a few months back or whatever, I think he got, put on an indictment, a federal indictment, if you will. And we know the feds don't be losing, you know what I mean, unless you did it, you know what I mean, and you come dancing out the courtroom on some James Brown shit, George Jefferson walk out the courtroom. I think that's a Loon reference. Shout out to Brother Loon, right? So I like him up to the law. And he says, that when he was 17, he got down with the Bloods, and all these years later, 25 years later, he was 17, right? So in his 40s now, he like, I ain't been banging it mad long. I haven't been active. Maybe I put it in my rap a little bit. Just who I am, what we bees like, what it bees like. You know what I mean? What it bees like, what it sees like. And my G tight, like, I mean, on some red light, green light, like, you know what I'm saying? Red light, green light, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and peace, almighty. Peace, blood. No, that's the peace sign. We ain't trying to get caught out there. I'm just being funny, but I'm not. Y'all know I was never none of that shit. But anyway, he came out. He like, yo, the federal indictment didn't really prompt him to do what he did. But allegedly, maybe kind of, sort of, he did the drop the flag challenge. And that's where he's challenging other gang members, such as himself, to drop the flag. He like, a lot of y'all, I know y'all in my comments, y'all in my DMs, we've been growing together, we've been rocking together. His channel was bigger than my channel, so I give him that, right? And I am familiar with who he is, you know what I mean? At least on the surface, right? Like, I know a lot of y'all want to, but some of y'all scared to be judged, you don't want to be judged, etc. Woo, 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 and But come forward, my child. Step forward, you know what I mean? Like in Conan the Barbarian, when Luke, I am your father, when he was like, come, my child, from the mountaintop, and the child just jumped off straight to their death, and he looked at Arnold Schwarzenegger, and he like, that, my son, is power, right? And no one man should have all that power when you can have people just follow you straight off a cliff into the bits of hell, right? Like, I know a lot of y'all want to, but you scared on how people going to view you. You scared of how people going to judge you, etc. So you're like, yo, fuck all that. And we can save these babies now, and salute to him for doing that. Salute to him for doing that, right? Because he ain't have to. He's saying this because it's not because he got the federal case, etc. I don't know what he did. I don't know if he's innocent. Excuse me. When I sneeze, burp, cough, blow my nose, that shit hurt like a mother. I don't know if he's guilty of doing the unthinkable to anybody, or giving out orders on that phone, and I want him dead. I want his house burned to the goddamn ground like on some mob shit, and we mobbing on these niggas. Because, you know, some people, they get that feel for that power, and boom, hey, like get that, hey, 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 they living in the 21st century, doing something mean to it. Do it better than anybody you ever seen. Do it sound from the haters. Got a nice ring to it. I guess every superhero need a theme music. So Kanye, fire. Say what you want about Kanye. Some of his songs hit hard, and most of you niggas' careers, and he ain't even thought of as a rapper like that. That's a side note, right? It's my show. But I salute him doing that. Even if it is behind the federal indictment that he's saying that it's not. Because I know a lot of gang niggas, right? Came up through the prison system during the epitome of gangism. Like now we in the third, second generation of some Nipsey Hussle, third, second generation of gangbangers. Think we need to change it. Think we need to make some arrangements, right? On that the Blue Laces 2 album, or the Blue Laces album, whatever song that is, right? Oh baby, it's been so long. And we fuck with Nips, right? May the marathon continue. This is in the marathon continue vein. It's just on some East Coast shit. When the East is in the house, oh my God, danger, right? And again, I'm all for saving the babies. This is what I do on the channel. We talk about our experiences, about prison, about street life, about shit that we've been through, good and bad, even though ain't really no good coming out of, you know, being in the street shit unless you was in, you got out, and then you know what I mean, you pulled the unthinkable. You did some shit like Hov, and it ain't too many, you know, whether he was in it, you know, knee deep in it, kilos, and like you said, 1 brick, 2 brick, 3 brick, 4, in 18 months, 40 million more, like, you know, unless you was doing it like that, and it could be all raps, shit that sound good, or it could be like niggas from Harlem and other people without the rats on their back, right, before they turned states, and you was getting it, but did you get out? Did your family get out unscathed? Did you not go to prison? Did you not get shot up? Did you not have to kill people and, you know, turn people's TV off and take from your own soul? Now you're going to have to be judged. It's not really a lot of people that can say, though, you know, I was in it and I came out unscathed. There's not a lot of people that can say that. So it's really just a lot of bad. And I quote Hov again and say, no, Hov did that. So hopefully you wouldn't have to go through that. I was raised in the projects, roaches and rats, smokers out back, selling their mama's sofa. So for people like Hocus Focus, 4-5, right? 4-5, however you want to describe them. Others that have met in my journey through the prison system. Some joined just because they didn't want to have the confrontation. They didn't want to, you know, get down with anything else, and I respect that too. They mans is with it, so they got with it. You know, they ain't want no confrontation. They wasn't really like that. And then some was all for it. They was Spartacus. They got down with it. They made niggas follow them. They sent out orders. They sent out missiles. They made niggas dojas. They made niggas dance. They tore down their own. He like, yo, for y'all that know better now that you in your 40s, because you a grown man now. And if you over 18, I wish you act like an adult. Don't live in the world of hate, hate, hate. Pull yourself together and get yourself straight. Like, you over 18, you 25. I did a video on this in 2021, 2025, 5 years ago. I'm like, if you've been gangbanging since its inception, and I'm still just talking about the East Coast. When the East is in the house, oh my God. We ain't even talking about the West Side yet, which we will get to in a minute. We're not even talking about that yet. Talking strictly here in New York City on the East Coast. Philadelphia, you know what I mean, New Jersey, you know, Pennsylvania, this whole coast, right? This whole lineup, Connecticut, etc. How we got influenced and how we took their culture, which is the West Side, copied, chopped, and screwed what they do over there, brought it over here, made co-defendants become blood, become crip, go at each other, niggas from the same block go at each other, and real briefly, just for kicks and giggles, for shits and giggles. Told y'all nigga Ty from Brooklyn, when I came to 4 Main, when I swung back around from my first bid to my second bid now, right? When I come into the house, they're like, yo, you want to get down with the Crips? And I'm like the Crips and the Bloods? And they're like, yeah. And Ty like, yeah. I'm like, nah, I'm good. I'm good. Kanye West, T-Pain, I'm good. I get down with none of that shit because I listen to Tim Dog. And I said, fighting over colors, well, all that gang shit is for dumb motherfuckers. And you can argue with me, you can argue with yourself, you can leave it in the comments, and I got $10 for you. Might bump it up to $25 for you. If you can name a smart gang nigga. Name me a smart gang nigga. I'll wait. And if you want to talk about WhaT 100, well, yeah, that's a little spicy right now. I only name him because people might be like, nah, he a gang member, but he ended up being a millionaire. He figured it out. Game, you know, other gang niggas that you could think of that's in the entertainment and the rap. Although you can name them, so I'm being funny when I say like name one. You might can name 5, 10, 15, 20. But since the inception of the gang culture on the East Coast and the West Coast, it's probably been 1 million, 2 million, 3 million. I don't know the numbers, right? I ain't that smart. I got my GED and I know how to count 1, 2, 3, right? Countless souls, bodies, men and women, right, has passed through the gang culture ranks. So if it's millions, if it's hundreds of millions, if it's 100,000, a couple of hundreds of thousand, and we only could count 100 that made it out, became a rapper, became an actor, you know, started their own company, you know, when they made it out alive with their lives. Could you count them down as being smart and, you know, outfox the system? Yeah. Maybe. Pain. Yeah. Maybe. But are they really that smart? And I brought up that to say 5 years ago, because we in 2025 when the pandemic was popping off, and I think it was either 2021 or 2020 when Father's Day was crazy outside in Harlem. In the back of Green Gates, it was everybody was out. It seemed like the whole fucking New York City was in Harlem, right? And you know, I had seen, you know, one of the homies I know, etc. He had his son out there, and we was talking, we was chopping it up, and it made me do a video the next day or the day after or whenever, and I'm like, when is it not cool for you to still be rocking with that? At what age? What age do you get wisdom? Do you get, you know, some maturity about yourself? You start saying, you know what? I've been banging and going heavy in the paint since the teens. Now I'm 27. Now I'm 30. Now I'm 32. And I got a son. My son is 5. My son is 10. What do you push on to him? Do you want him to join the game, right? And I'm bringing all this up because of 4-5, right? Focus 4-5, right? Adam 22, right? Came out, did a little TikTok video. I'm being funny, but I'm not. Came out like, yo, you know, the drop the flag challenge, and you know, I'm a folk lord or a vice lord or whatever the fuck he was saying. He like, you know, I got caught playing with my booty hole. This is his words, not mine. Paul Zellini, for anybody that think these are my words. Paul Zellini. These are his words, and we know, you know, niggas a porn star, or you know, he like doing, you know, that type of vibe, that type of shit. He like, the homies caught me and now they extorting me $20,000 a month. You know, shit being expensive, so now I'm gonna drop this flag. You know, we don't really do that in the West Coast, even though I don't think he's actually a gang member. Then Styles P, like Ghost, you know what I mean? One of the hardest out, right? From the locks. Roll something up so I just can't blow my mind. Let it blow my mind. Like, you want to blow your mind? And Styles P, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Fuck, nigga. You ain't got the guess who black. You ain't got the guess who back. The money in the weed green, but the sweatsuit black. So was the tongue, African. No, so was the gun, African. Heron tongue. Verse any nice rapper you could bet on, son. I breathe fire out. You could put the wire out. You could buy a Lambo. I could shoot the tires out. You could name the king of rap. I could lay the sire out. You could board a jet plane. I could lay the pilot out. Like, that's Styles P, right? Super nice. Some top 5 dead or alive That's just off one LP. Some of y'all might got Jada. A lot of people got Styles P over Jada, right? I don't, but it be seeming real close. It be seeming real close. Anyway, he like, yo, you know, for the black folks that's around this clown ass nigga, right? Adam 22, that is. If you don't check this nigga, he must think y'all some real bitch ass niggas, some cowards, some soft ass niggas, and West Side, you know what I mean? Like, we gonna ride on these niggas. And what Tupac say? It's not about East or West. It's about nigger and bitches, punks and money, power and punks and riders, power and money. Which side are you on? And WhaT 100, he always in the news. He know how to stay in the news. He figured out the algorithm. He's one of those guys that just figured it out. You know, whether he's just trolling and, you know, laying on his butt or laying on the bed butt naked, somebody filming him or what have you. Hurt when I burp. We spoke about WhaT 100 a few times. Obviously, I don't know the brother, never met him. You know, I know he's of a certain type of caliber guy in my book, right? I don't look at him up here. I don't look up and like he's down with the set. He got niggas under him. You know, anybody could get beat up. Anybody could get knocked out. You know, depending on, you know, what set cave you in. You know, again, that's why I say, can you point out any smart gang niggas, right? Because if it's a whole bunch of dumb niggas, right? The person with one eye could lead the blind. The person with one eye is king in the land of the blind. Just think about that real quick, especially if you're in the gang, right? You may not be the, you know, the brightest crown in the box. But a lot of times, and I'm only saying this from experience, even though I never was down, but I came through the prison system in 94, all the way up to 2004. That's a long time in the prison. Oh, that's 10 years of dealing with peace, almighty. Peace, blood. Red light, green light, 1, 2, 3, and we gonna send a missile, and we gonna dance on you, and it's gonna be red apples falling from the sky. And then my blood brothers with the shit, couple of other family members. So it ain't nothing for me to get on the phone, talk to my nigga Scoob, or talk to whoever that's knee deep in it. Niggas that got K's, niggas that got whips, niggas that get on the phone and say, oh, that's my nigga, he not down, but I fuck with you more. Nigga did what? Put little homie on the phone. Yo, that nigga right there, don't fuck with him. Like, I could do that. And that's not to pull rank, it's just to say that people make the world go round, no matter who you are. And the more solid people you know, no matter what you're down with or what they're down with, if your relationships is solid, then you can still get some shit done. Because a lot of people know a lot of people. We all can network and know people, but can you get people to show up for you? Can you get people on the phone and say, yeah, I need X, Y, Z done? Can you do that for me? That's power, or that's when you really can network. Just somebody knowing you, yo, what up, my nigga? Yo, D, what up? Yo, hey, yo, woo, you pass on the block. Cool. Can I get you on the phone? Yo, my nephew's in that neighborhood over there. My niece just had a situation. You know a Alexander, or you know a woo. Oh, yeah, I know the nigga. I need you to go over to the school because I'm unable to do that. Oh, I got you, my nigga. Matter of fact, I can't do it, but I'm going to call somebody to do it. That's when you have, you know, power in that sense. Not point the finger at Malcolm X and all the brothers. I shouldn't even have did that. Man, trying to fuck my ribs up. And all the brothers turn in unison, and the police say, that's too much power for one man. Not on some braggadocious shit, but in a system where one hand wash the other, one hand wash the face. Like, you know what I mean? My hand wash the face. That's connecting. That's networking. And so I've seen it, where a lot of times the people that's running these caves, getting niggas beat up and stabbed, cut up, running down in their own kind, they can't think, they can't read, they didn't fight themselves out of a paper bag, and I'm being funny when I say that. They didn't get themselves out of jail. They don't know how to go to the law library. They ain't listen to papoose. Like, they're not thinkers. They're just reactors and reactionary. Like, they just with it. And I used to be like that at one point in time. Act first, think second. But I say that to say, what y'all thought was going to happen? Styles like, yo, you know, I'm siding with 4/5, and we need to drop the flag challenge, so we can save the young babies from going to prison, killing each other, getting life, bending over, lifting your nuts up. For somebody that might be gay, may not be gay. I hope that don't offend anybody. If you are, you are. But you locked up. You have no say over. Now I want the straight man. Do it even really matter when you gotta bend over and spread your ass cheeks for the next man? And ain't no female doing it. It's a man doing it. So whether they gay or not don't matter. But the point is, he might be looking at you like, how you doing? Whereas a straight man, he may just lie, drop your drawers. I know you're coming up to visit. I've seen plenty of them because I've done time. But they ain't really trying to really look. That's their job, right? But they don't really want to be looking at no funky niggas getting ready for the visit or coming off the visit. They're like, oh, y'all drop your drawers, bend over, call. They ain't really looking. Then you got some that really be looking. Now, I'm not saying they're gay, but I'm saying like they enjoy that part of the job because it's humiliation, nigga. Yeah, you tough, but right now, you bending over for me. I'm being funny, but I'm not. And I'm trying to paint the picture live on Instagram and live on YouTube for those that never been to jail. Like, oh, it's like that, Lee? Oh, no, nigga, it's like that. Yeah, lift your, no, do it again. Nigga tell you, do it again. And to the beans, and stretch, keep it going to the beans, and stretch, keep it going. I'm fucked up, I just hurt my ribs and shit. Can't really go, and there's another, can't really do it like that on y'all today. Otherwise, I really get low on some damn shit when he used to hit it hard, like, and keep it going. You be like, I just lift my nuts and bent though. No, do it again, nigga. Because I'm in charge. I don't care how many niggas is under you. I don't care how many kites you can send out. Right now, you do what I say. I don't want you to have to go through that because it's fucked up. But what Adam 22 did, he made fun of it. He made some gay, booty hole, extortion type shit. And Styles said, yo, y'all gonna let this nigga talk crazy to you? Because we talking about the East Coast. And then we'll whack 100. So he said, nah, niggas over here, we don't drop no flags. Over here, we do what we want. Who the fuck is Styles? Matter of fact, you better watch your mouth before I start talking real spicy on these internet waves. And I say, I'm not surprised. Like when you put the beat on, I'm not shocked and I'm not amazed, folks. That's some old school, almost 50, might even be over 50. Nigga that been gang banging, probably got niggas off or, was involved in the fuckery, living in the fuckery, down with the fuckery. I call that being fuckery. If you're not help building up, then it's fuckery. So you either part of the problem or you part of the solution. It ain't really no in between. Now again, you may say, nah, he give money to the kids and you do, but you still represent one thing, and we know that one thing doesn't have a real, you sound like Jim Jones now from Harlem, like, nah, it's a sorority. Really, Jim Jones? Is it really a sorority? If you're not doing anything gang related or you're not doing no criminal activity, you just down. Nah, talk to the kids that's get indicted for just being down. They never shot no weapons, they never killed nobody, they never sold no drugs, but because you on Facebook, you on Instagram, you on TikTok showing your ones and twos, you repping the set, feds and the police like, nah, you down with Ray Ray and them niggas. Trey 9, ain't that y'all niggas? 999s, ain't that y'all niggas? Oh, I see you in the post with them niggas doing all this shit. So you really just down for protection. How do you even explain that? So it's not just a sorority. Some gang shit. And what does gang really insinuate? Some gangster shit. It's short for some gangster shit. Gangster, tell me how you do it. It looks so easy like there was nothing to it. But they don't understand that the ruler would be. Like, you know what I'm saying? Whack 100 like Styles. Fuck up with all that bullshit. We don't do that over here. Are y'all surprised? It goes back to that superior mindset that the West Side is the best side. You know what Pac said? The West Side, motherfucker, West Side, we the best side, right? And anybody that's over there, they're gonna ride for over there. And I'm not trying to stir up anything. I don't want nobody to get murdered. I don't want Styles P to come back, answer like, yo, I'm the hardest. I doubt if he even respond. Because you responded to a whack nigga. His name is Whack. In my book, I get it, he may got some millions. He might be back in games, still managing them. I know Adam 22 was his man. They podcast together. So you really telling niggas don't fuck with the podcast, Styles. So it's like, you going to kick my doorstep. You going to throw rocks at my shit. Fuck you, nigga. And we the same age bracket. I'll fuck you up, pretty much. Ghost. Show and prove to me, niggas. We don't fear you. You ain't no you ain't none of that. You know, Adam 22 jumped under the post like, yo, you supposed to be smarter than that. You know, it was a joke. But why are you making jokes in this way when they're trying to push something positive, even though it might be because of an indictment? Still trying to tell the young brothers to leave that lifestyle alone. That shit ain't gonna get you nothing. Look what it got Nick. Look what it got a slew of, you know, your favorite artists, your favorite people. And again, Tim Dog Ben said, fuck Compton. Fighting over colors? Well, all that gang shit is for dumb motherfuckers. Prove them wrong. All these years later, prove them wrong. Not the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 entertainers, the Russell Westbrooks who dropped the 6-6-60 game or the 20-20-20 game. Like, if you know, did that for Nip. You know, he might come from that culture. So he, what else can he do? His zip code is his zip code. But was he really out banging? Is he repping that? He might have repped it on TV because he thought it was cool. You know what I'm saying? But he's a basketball player. A good kid. Go to school, go to college, get selected. You know what I'm saying? You ain't out banging and riding with the Negroes. Negroes! You're not out doing that, my nigga. So to be pushing the narrative that you're not doing is hypocrisy. But are we surprised that WhaT is saying fuck Styles? If you don't watch, you don't watch what you say, or you better watch what you say next, because I'm gonna get real disrespectful. What can you really say? He got dirt on Styles? I don't know. His style, I got my 1, 2, 3 stories about Styles. Been in the video with him and Jada, seen him a few times out and about, out of state. Traveling for All Star, all in Harlem, party with Sheik and them, a few times. People know other people. It's a small world. Shakers and movers make it even smaller, right? Do we got something on them? Who you siding with? If you on the East Coast, I'm pretty sure you're probably gonna hopefully side with Hocus, Focus 4/5 and Styles. If you on the West Side, you might side with WhaT. Like, nah, we don't drop flags over here because that's a different culture. We adapted their culture. We swagger jacked. We bit their style. Not me. Not me. I didn't join and get down just because everybody else was getting down. And I get it. 20 years ago, like Hocus said, he joined in 2000. It's 25 years ago. That's a lifetime ago. That's a lifetime ago. 17, he wasn't all up here. He wasn't the smartest bird in the clan. I'm sure he wasn't. I'm sure he wasn't leading the pack. Or maybe he did run through the ranks and start leading and, dishing out pain. Giving out orders to give out pain. I don't know him personally, so I don't know. But 17, you're not at your most, independent thinking mind. You're not at your best thinking. That's why I was like, change the laws. Kids do shit at 16. Should they be tried in as adults? Should they not? Different cases for different faces, because sometimes the crimes be egregious and it's like, nah, you better charge that bitch as an adult. You better charge that little bastard as he killed whole family, chopped their heads off. 18, 17, you mean to tell me he didn't know what he was doing? Nah, get that nigga to chill. Fry that nigga to death. It sounds harsh when you hear it out loud, and it could be your family member. So you're like, nah, I don't talk about my family member like that. He was smoking weed. He got some bad K too. I get it. It's different circumstances, but that's why you have people arguing against, and you have people arguing for. But 17, you're not even out of high school yet. You just turned 17, fresh off the sick. You still got the teen, under your jacket. But the point is, 25 years later, after you joined, according to him, not me, ain't been active, but you still carrying the flag, ain't been out there putting no work in, but you still under the banner. So when people see you, oh, what up, Greg? What up, blah, yo, what up, woo, are you giving the daps just to still feel like you part of the fraternity, Jim Jones, right, and being funny, but I'm not. Then the police, the feds, say, oh, he was on the radar, we got you. Somehow somebody slipped up, dropped your name, said some shit, or woo, put you in the mix. Now you in the blender, and now we got you on the indictment. Not saying he's guilty of anything. Not saying he's guilty of doing anything criminal, but they got you. At least they put you on the bill. You will be starring on tonight's show, nigga. Get ready to dance and tap dance your way out of this shit. Otherwise, you going up north For sure, right? I side with him for doing that, whether it's, again, a ploy to get some leniency. Look, I told everybody to drop their flag. I think Casanova did the same thing, right? Getting to the feds, you know, they're trying to give you 15 years, or they give you 15 years. It's like, listen, before I go get sentenced, even though I don't mean this shit, my fingers is crossed behind my back. Listen, I'm not with no gangs no more. I'm Christian. Oh, you a Muslim now? No more dope gangs. What Pac say, right? I ain't mad at you. You a Muslim now. No more dope games. You know, people laugh at people like that. Well, you know, you get locked up. Now you took Shahada. Now you want to quote the Bible. You wasn't doing that shit when you was out here, nigga. I get that. I've gotten that. See it all the time. It's like, all right, well, when the fuck was I supposed to do it? I get it. Could have did it when I was outside, free as a bird. But now I'm in 24-hour lockdown. LiVe, you know, all of the other major players, right? That came over here and brought that shit from over here. When you sending your letters and they screening and reading everything, right? And you can't even read, you can't even write, you can't even fight your own case because you not that smart. That's the best time to fucking change over. I mean, not being funny, guys. The people on the outside may not get it, but until you get them 3 hots in a cot and you get them same clothes every day and you really with them fucking crackers that call you nigga and you know they hate you, it ain't seen on TV, it ain't something you seen online scrolling by. Oh, they did that black boy dirty, but you keep scrolling. It's happening to you now. You locked up with the number. You start thinking like, oh shit, this shit is real. When this shit is real, you got 6 minutes on that Jack, some Nas first album shit, One Love. One shit is real, you got 6 minutes on that Jack, or you're gonna get the knife to the face. You start saying, damn, B, my own homies is trying to get at me. And I thought we supposed to be brothers. Come on, guys. When is the age appropriate where you say, you know what? I was doing that shit. I did cut a lot of niggas. I did get cut. Well, I did, you know, put in pain. I got beat up too. I had my licks and my bruises, but I am 40 now. My son is 15 now, 10 now. My daughter is 11 now. Do you want her dating the same type of nigga you was when you was 25, 22, and out here running the streets on some wild animal, savage shit, talking about peace almighty, peace blood? Do you really want that for your kids? If you do, then there's something wrong with you. Something wrong with you. You can dread it, you can run from it, but destiny arrives all the same. And that's why gangsters, killers, people that's really about it, that really been shot, stabbed up mad times, multiple times, lung almost collapsing like my shit, you know what I mean? Fractured ribs, and every time you breathe and you gotta breathe on shit like this. Oh, I did good that time. I'm supposed to get to 25, and that shit hurt. You ain't coming home on no gangster shit. You don't even want to be around no niggas that's thinking gangster. Because what really is gangster? Taking care of your family, taking care of your kids, making sure your lady's straight, making sure your mom's got the assistance and the help that she need in her older years. Not taking care of you while you locked up in the jail cell. And one of the hardest songs, they say only Tupac had the ability to make grown men cry, right? With Dear Mama and a lot of other songs that he got. Brenda's Having a Baby, and he got a slew of songs, right? But Jay-Z the song where he like what's the song where Havoc did the beat, you don't understand. With the last verse, he like some shit, my mom's had to work you working hard, working 2 or 3 jobs. Who was I kidding? I call myself easing the load. I made the load heavy. I need money for commissary. Try to understand. Do you know what that's like as a grown man? As you start to, you did so much time that you come in at 19, but you're 26 now. You're a grown man, and you still on the phone, and your mom's working 2 jobs, and you made the load heavy for her because she got to help still take care of you, because you can't live off that funky ass food they giving you and them bum ass, little 25 cent an hour or whatever you making. So she still got to provide for you as a grown man while you doing time. And he like, I made the load heavy. I need money for commissary. Try to understand. That should make a tear drop when you going through that. Like, damn, you know what I mean? Try to understand. Because they going to do it because you their baby. Even though you're a grown man, you're going to forever be their baby. Do you want your kids to experience that? Right. But I'm not surprised WAC 100 chose the bird route. To me, he's a bird. I tell him if I ever seen him. When we spoke about, his character, certain things he do, what else he gonna say? Yo, fuck Adam 22. That's a business partner. He ain't going to turn his back on him. Let's talk about this shit though. This story was real loud, right? Coming out of Queens. And this is Tuesday, Transformation Tuesday. I like to often play and say that means what you working on, how are you working it, and is it working for you? Whatever you're doing, however you're working that thing that you're working, is it working for you? And if it is, by all means, try to show somebody else how to make it work for them. That's how you pay it forward. That's how you push it forward. Anyway, this couple in Queens, they let some guy in their house. I think his name is McGriff or Griffin or some shit. I know I seen the story. I could have Googled it a little bit more, but I didn't. But I just seen it come up on the Citizens Act, right? And it's a manhunt for him now, but allegedly, maybe kind of, sort of. Matter of fact, let's be accurate. We got time. Let's be accurate. Man set house on fire in Queens. First, I'm like, damn, he knocked on the door to get a charger for his phone, and you just let some random type of person in your crib? That's crazy. That's number one, right? Let's look at this and continue. I just want you to these certain stories. A 76-year-old man stabbed 77-year-old wife severely burnt in a horrific double homicide. This is horrible. This is my grandma's age, the elders in my family age, you know what I'm saying? I would hate for something like this to happen. And they always like, make sure you lock the door when I go visit. And I'll be like, Grandma, ain't nothing gonna happen to you. Woo, it's a good neighborhood, or people know us around here, and it's like, nah, nigga, make sure that door's locked. And I get it, right? Because it's some wicked people out here. A lot of times they look like me and you. Oh, but you're black. They look like me and you. Obviously they other colors too, but I said, damn, they just opened up the door for some random and weed hours of the night or whatever type of day it was. But this is how the story goes. Take these off. Suspect allegedly set a house on fire that killed two, prompting manhunt from surveillance video. Authorities believe a man entered a home in Queens, New York, set the residency on fire. 77-year-old man and a 78-year. The first one I read it was backwards. Female body was found. New York police are searching for a man on parole who allegedly broke into the Queens home, killed the couple, and set their house on fire after he killed them. Frank Alton, 76, was found on Monday tied to a pole. Wow. In his basement, suffering from multiple stab wounds. His wife, Maureen Alton, 77, was found on the house first floor, severely burnt, horrible death. And I know I always play, well not play, but I always say, I don't want to die horrific. I want a quick death and the easy one. I don't want to die stabbed up like he did or burnt up, tied up, can't break free. I don't want to die like that. Just put one in the head, get it over with. Let's get on to the next life, right? There's no known connection between the victim and the suspect, identified as 42-year-old Jamal McGriff, the police commissioner said. Detectives believe the suspect spent 5 hours in the victim's house, according to sources, likely searching for property to steal before setting it ablaze. Surveillance video showed the suspect leaving the home around 3 p.m. You know what I mean? So he was there, so 3 p.m. We got there, like 10-ish in the morning, somewhere around there, 11. Anyway, it's just crazy because I'm saying, like, you just open up the door for a rando looking for a phone charger to charge up his phone. Like, you could be anywhere in the world, but you end up at my doorstep, nigga. You better go to BouT or one of them stores or whatever, right? And say that's the case, because, when these stories come out, I don't believe in half of them. Not that the murders didn't take place, but the backstories of why these things happen. Did they own some property? Was they inventors of something? Was they somebody and they wanted them out of here. So the best way to do it is send some rando over there, do them filthy, do them dirty, and then just put it in the news. Looking for a call. Looking for a phone charger. Stopped at their house after going to 3 other houses. Couldn't get in door number 1. What's behind door number 2? Because condolences to their family. And rest in peace. To the life that was lost, because it's a horrific way to die. But what it had me think of, and I know my mind works crazy sometimes, but this is how I paint the analogy or try to, draw some semblance to how you may view it or what you may see it as. But I love The Walking Dead, right? A great series to me. I watched it multiple times. I binge watched it multiple times. But all throughout all of the episodes, through every single series, it's always somebody on the road that need help, that somebody blowing past, and when they blow past back them, they dead, right? Or they end up trying to help. There was a trap, a booby trap, and I set the booby trap, didn't think dude react on some whole shit. Like I set the booby trap, waiting for dude to react. Now I got you, you know what I mean? Now I got you. Now all of a sudden you hog tied, nigga chewing a piece of your rib. You know what I'm saying? My shit is killing me right now. Been on for a little minute. I'm gonna get out of here. We're gonna talk a little football before I get out of here, right? You gotta pull, you know what I mean, a super stunt to free yourself, whether it's Rick or Daryl or whoever, or some people end up getting killed. And it's like, dang, all I was doing was trying to help you because you was in distress. That's why you can't help everybody. And that's why a few shows ago we spoke about to help or not to help. That is the question, folks. Whether it's a black sister and that's your sister, not your blood sister, but you black, you Latino, she Latino, she getting her ass whipped by her boyfriend or some rando, right? When I get it, all circumstances is different. You cannot put, one size shoe fits all, because it doesn't always work that way. But when you decide to step in, you could be putting your life on the line. And y'all know what's coming next, the 50 Cent drum roll. Dun, 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 dun. Like your life's on the line, my nigga. Soon as you make that decision to help, you could put your life in jeopardy. And then the roles could reverse. The person that's in distress, they can end up living, and you can end up on the death block. And nobody gonna outscape death. You could be in a bad car accident like me and get your ribs fractured and your brain rattled like a motherfucker every time you stand up, you're dizzy, but it's not your time to go. You could get shot in the head, point blank range, with a 4.5. I don't give a fuck if it's a Desert Eagle or whatever it is, and you still could live. Then you could get grazed on your motherfucking arm and don't make it to the hospital in time, don't wrap the wound properly and bleed out and die. And you be like, damn, what he died from? He died from that? She died from a stab wound, just one? With a little small knife like this, and people be like, nah, my man fell off the roof, shattered all his bones and all that. That nigga still lived. And the reason why that is because when it's your time, you gonna go. When it's not your time, you gonna stay right here, because God still got plans for you. You got more living and do before you die, and you ain't got time to waste. Let's make it. But I only point that out to say, what made them just open the door? Did he break in and they saying that they let him in? Did he know them from past? Did they somebody in their family do him dirty? Need more backstory to this. But it's a horrible way to go. May the Most High have mercy on them. Condolences to their family. I'm sure more will come out. I hope they do catch the motherfucker before he hurt anybody else. You know what I'm saying? It's just horrible. We're gonna get out of here on this football tip. Week 1 in the books. We went 9-7 out of the 16 games. Not really a lot of time to study. I won't make that an excuse. But I did go in the hospital on Friday night, right? Saturday. And then that Thursday was the Dallas and the Eagles. We had Dallas. So we're gonna run them off right here. Let me go to my football bracket right here. I'll lift my arm up. It should hurt my shoulder. Football season 2025, first week in the books. We gave out 6 locks. We went 2-4. And overall, out of the 16 games from Thursday, Friday, Sunday slate, and last night, Monday Night Football, with the Minnesota Vikings getting that victory over the Chicago Bears. We went 9-7. So here's some of the highlights. We had Dallas right. We had Tampa Bay as a lock. We had Cleveland as a win. We had Indianapolis as a lock. Those are the 2 locks out of the 6 that we gave that hit. Carolina was a lock. I thought they would put up a better fight against the Jacksonville Jaguars. They didn't. We had New England over the Las Vegas Raiders, and Pete Carroll and Geno Smith looking good. That connection back together. We had Arizona. We had the Jets. We had the Giants with that 5.5. We shouldn't have had the Giants. Russell Wilson. I'm not going to say he's cooked. He didn't cook, but I'm not going to say he's cooked. We do got the rookie in the back, and I say we, because I am a New York. I ain't going to be able to reach that back there right now. Not right now. I am a New York Giants fan. I'm a New York Jets fan. I'm everything New York. New York Knicks, everything New York. Even though our teams suck. Besides the Yankees. Besides the Islanders and the Rangers sometimes. We had Denver as a lock. They won by 8. The spread was 8.5. Fucking bastards. Cam Ward looked pretty damn decent. Granted, played against one of the best defenses in the NFL. The Denver Broncos have one of the best defenses starting, up front and on the back end in the NFL. And I think they will make the playoffs again this year. They did last year. Due to Kansas City ain't really have to play that last game. You could say their last couple of games they got in on some humbug shit. But I do think they will be a playoff team this year. We had San Fran right. We had even though they was in a dogfight with Seattle, Sam Darnold. We'll see how he look on his new team. Detroit Lions getting 2.5 from the Green Bay Packers. Green Bay looking type good. Jordan Love and Michael Parsons from the Dallas Cowboys. I know he happy to get up out of there. We had the Rams. That was a win. We had the Baltimore Ravens. Sunday Night Football revenge game at at Josh Allen, not Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson had a hell of a game. Derrick Henry had a hell of a game until we didn't. Like niggas be like, yo, niggas is solid until you're not. Like you always solid until you're not. That's the reality. You could be solid for 20 years. Once that 21st year pop up and you're not solid, or you have too many issues where too many instances where you're not being solid no more, and that means your track record, you're not solid. He fumbled the ball. Prime time when you supposed to ice the game. Then you start to scratch your head and think, oh, yo, this shit is scripted and rigged, guys. Right. Football is scripted and rigged. Most sports is scripted and rigged. But if you think the NFL is not, sports and entertainment, like wrestling, then you out of your mind. You're out of your mind. Athletes already came out after their contracts expired, after they've been out of the leagues for years. You can say, well, why they saying that? I don't know why they saying that, but they've came out and said it. So who the fuck am I to argue with when I never put on a pad in my life? When I never laced them up a day in my life? Who am I to argue with somebody that won Super Bowls and say, yo, this shit is scripted, guys. We knew we was going to win the Super Bowl before we even laced them up. Who am I to argue with, what's his name? I was about to say Dylan Brooks. I think that's Derek Brooks. Who am I to argue with Derek Brooks? That's just one person, right? I ain't going to even go into that. But you say, oh, shit. Derrick Henry fumbled in the playoff game last year when they was winning the game. Last, Sunday night, they winning the game all the way up until they not. You up 40-25. You up 15 points. 4 minutes left. You got the best running back in the league. And if he's not the best running back as far as elusivity, juking and jiving, speed, maybe just brutal force, you know what I mean? He's the best because nobody don't want to tackle you. You can't run the ball, hold on to him. Then, oh, by the way, when it's 1 minute and 33 seconds left and you ain't been stopping them, it's 4th and 3. You got Lamar Jackson MVP 2 times, right? He got 2 or he got 1? No, I think he got 2, right? Would have got 3, but Josh Allen got it last year. And you got Derrick Henry, but you still kicked the ball right back to Josh Allen, the person that won it last year. I'm not a mathematician, I know I had money, so I was a little fucking mad. Why though? Because this shit is scripted and rigged. The reason why they kicked it back is because Josh Allen was going to come right down the field, score a touchdown like they did, and win 41-40. If you had Buffalo Bills, it was a spectacular game. And you might not can understand anything I'm saying. You can't understand the words that are coming out of my mouth. You might be like, nah, shit ain't scripted and rigged. That nigga just choked up. And maybe so. Maybe the script or the narrative for Lamar Jackson, even though he got MVP under his belt now, but you can't win the big one. You can't beat the other elite quarterbacks. Last night, Monday Night Football, we had the Minnesota Vikings +1. When should Chicago Bears, the Bears, be favored over anybody? When should they be favored? Caleb Williams, the second year. You got the head coach from Detroit, or the offensive coordinator from, I don't even know his name, right? Ben McAdoo or whoever he is. He's the coach, the quarterback whisperer. He came in, supposed to set the scene, etc. And looking good, right? That's what they want you to think. Looking good. First half, oh shit, niggas up 17-6. This game is over. Chicago was rocking and rolling. Defense looking good. And then, when they start announcing, right, the announcers, because some of y'all still don't think this shit is scripted and rigged, and that's a shame on you. And that's you, Kareem Akbar. You don't believe this shit is rigged and about money. Then you start hearing, if you wasn't in the know, they say, J.J. McCarthy, I forgot he won the championship with Jim Harbaugh in college, right? National championship? Right, so he's a champion. He's that guy. Got hurt last year. Oh, that's why they got rid of Sam Darnold. Because they had a 15-2 record last year, or 14-3 record. They looked good last year, right? Minnesota, that is. But they got rid of him for this guy. Oh, where he from? Oh, he from Chicago. Nah, this nigga not from Chicago. First NFL game, bright lights, Monday Night Football. You kidding me? Oh, and by the way, what's the other little tidbit? I'm just being dramatic and pointing this out for the people that still scratching their head like, nah, Lee, you're bugging. No, you're bugging. Because they're like, yo, one of his first games that he ever watched was the Chicago Bears playing against who? Right, y'all some smart fucking rabbits against the Minnesota Vikings, the team he's quarterbacking now. So what happens? The first half looked like they got his number. The numbers don't look right, you know what I mean? Second half, fourth quarter, first starter quarterback in NFL history. He may not be the best, but, you know, the numbers are the numbers because this is the narrative they like to spin. How many touchdowns he threw in the fourth quarter? What LeBron say? Not one, not two. Now that nigga threw three touchdowns. Like he was Tony fucking Joe Montana, Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, Brett Favre out the gate against Chicago defense at home. Oh, and guess what else was happening for those casual bettors, the people that don't think this shit is scripted and rigged? Who was they honoring? Oh, they was honoring the motherfucking 85 or 82 Bears, the Bears. The niggas that had the Hollywood Shuffle, the best defense in NFL history. All those guys was in attendance last night. And you gonna let some rookie quarterback that's coming off an ACL tour, whole season, walk in there and throw not one, not two, 3 touchdowns in your building on Monday Night Football? Nah, this shit. What better script can you write? You can't write no better script than that. So, yeah, we had Minnesota, and, you know, we didn't know all those angles at first, but while we was watching the game, and I was a little upset in the beginning, like, damn, man, fucking gonna lose again. After Sunday Night Football, try to double back, get a little bit of that money back. Like, damn, halftime 17-3. You know, it's a lot of game to be left. But as they start talking about him, I'm listening, perking up. I'm like, oh, nah, we're about to come back. And sure enough, I wasn't even surprised, didn't even blink. Sitting on the couch first day back home, in pain, on meds, dozing off, looking at Monday Night Football like, yeah, kid, that feeling of winning when you know who's going to win. And I just said all I can say. Nonetheless, out of the 16 games, we still went 9-7. out of the locks, we did do bad. We went 2-4. Week 2, we will try to do better. We out the hospital, feeling a little better, even though I'm in pain right now for talking too damn long and being a little hype. We will study better, try to find the wins where we could get them at. Because this year we betting totally different. And we're going to try to get them. But with that said, I was going to talk about the Cam and Dame shit, but I am in a little pain right now, so I'm about to get up off it. But y'all know what it is. It's your guy, Popovich. Y'all was just tuned in. Popovich TV. We live, we rolling, we unscripted, we authentic, that feeling. Happy to be back up in here one more again. Yeah, kid. Live life to the fullest. Be safe. You never know if you're gonna make it home, guys. Don't take it for granted. Don't take it, you know what I mean, as it's a given. Make sure you love your family. Make sure you tell them that you love them. Be there for the people that's counting on you to be there. Make smart decisions, because just like that, you could be out of here.